Hello everyone, welcome back to the Java tutorial series. In this video, we will learn about the while loop in Java. We'll see its syntax and how it is used to execute a block of code repeatedly based on the condition. So, what is a while loop? So, a while loop is used when we want to execute a block of code when we want to execute a block of code repeatedly as long as the condition remains true. The condition is checked before each iteration. So the block of code will execute until the condition is true. And once the condition became false, it will come out of the loop. End of loop. End of while loop. So syntax of while loop is simple. So the while loop first evaluate the condition. If the condition is true, the loop body executes. If the condition is false, loop terminates and it will end the loop. So a while loop executes as long as the condition remains true. So the flow of while loop. So the flow of while loop. So let me initialization while condition then here body of while loop or we can say lines of code that will repeat. And here one more thing will come, that is increment or decrement inside the body of a loop. So as we have seen the three components for loop, the same three components, that is initialization, condition and increment or decrement, persist in while loop. But the places are different. So initialization will happen before while loop and the condition will present with while loop, and increment or decrement will happen inside the body of loop. So these are the three components. So let's check the flow of while loop. So first step is initialization, that is not part of the while loop, that will be already done. So when it comes to while loop, first step becomes condition checking. If condition is true, then it will execute the body. So if condition is true, then body will get execute. This is body. And after execution of body, it will again go to condition. Again, if condition is true, again body will execute. But keep in mind one thing, that within body itself, we have increment or decrement is happening. So if we are executing body, that means some extra lines of code plus increment or decrement. But it is not necessarily required to have increment or decrement. I will explain this part later, whether increment or decrement is optional or mandatory. But for now, understand like increment or decrement is part of body in while loop. If I am saying execution of body, that means increment or decrement is also happening. It might be in the starting of the body, it might be at the end of the body. We will see different examples. So after execution of body, it will go for again condition checking. And once condition is true, again it will execute body. And again after execution of body, it will go to again condition. So this cycle will continues until the condition is true. So that is written, if true, if condition is true, execute body and return to condition. Repeat until condition is false. So when the condition becomes false, it will come out of the loop and end of while loop. So let's revise. While here is the condition, here is the body, and so it will check the condition. If it is true, it will execute body, and again it will check the condition. If it is true, again it will execute body. Condition, body, condition, body. When the condition becomes false, it will come out of the loop and it will exit. It is as simple as that. So the condition is checked before every iteration. After executing the loop body, the variable is updated, that is increment or decrement. We'll see in examples. And then condition is checked again. And when the condition becomes false, it comes out of the loop. Let's say example of while loop. So as we have seen, three components of any loop, that is initialization, then while, condition, then body of a loop. And within body, we'll be having increment or decrement. So initialization is not part of while loop, but it will be part of the code that will already executed. So as part of the while loop, it will check the condition. If it is true, it will execute the whole body, including increment or decrement. And after this, again it will check the condition. So until it becomes false, this cycle will continue. And when it will become false, it will come out of the loop and exit. So let's see example. So here initialization I equals to 1 and condition is I less than equals to 5, and this is part of body. So for first iteration I is 1 less than equals to 5, whether condition is true or false. Condition is true, then it will enter the body. So it is printing the value of I. So current value of I is 1. It will print 1. Then in the next line, it is incrementing value of I to 1, that is I will become 2 now. Then again it will go for a condition check. 2 less than equals to 5, yes, correct. Then again it will come to body, it will print value of I, that is 2. In the next line, it will increase the value of I to 3. Again it will go to condition checking. 3 less than equal to 5. Yes, condition is true. Again it will execute body. Again it will print value of I, that is 3. Then in the next line, it is increasing the value of I to 4. Now again condition checking. 4 less than equals to 5. Yes, condition is true. So again it will execute the body. It will print the current value of I, that is 4. Then in the next line, it will increase the value of I to 5. Then again it will do the condition checking. 5 less than or equals to 5. Yes, condition is true. Again it will execute the body. It will print the current value of I, that is 5. In the next line, it will increase the value of I. Now it will become 6. It will go for a condition check whether 6 less than equals to 5. Is this condition true? So this condition becomes false. So it comes out of the loop and ends of the loop. So the output is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here the loop starts with I equal to 1. The condition remains true until I becomes greater than 5. So if I summarize in a shorter form, so until the condition is true, the body will execute. Think of it when the condition will become false, when I will become 6. So until then, the body of the code will execute. So we can find out the output likewise. Let's go in IntelliJ and look another example. We will see print even numbers using while loop. So int I equals to 2. Initialization done. Then while condition, let's say I less than or equals to 10, and inside loop the body contains print statement printing the value of I, and in the next line incrementing the value of I to 1, that is I plus equals to 2. Since we are printing even numbers, we will increase the number by 2. So the output will be, so I equals to 2 and it is going up to 10. So from 2 to 10 this iteration will work. When the value of I will become 12, the condition will become false and it will come out of loop. So this body of loop will execute until I is equal to 10, and in each iteration it is getting increased by 2. So output will be 2 starting from 2 and it will go up to 10 with the increment of 2. So 2 plus 2 4, 4 plus 2 6, 6 plus 2 8, and 8 plus 2 10. So this is the output, even numbers, that is 2 4 6 8 10. Let's verify by running the program. So in the output we can see it is same as we calculated. So in this example the value of I increases by 2 during each iteration. So only even numbers are printed. So let me comment this. As we have discussed, we have the three components, that is initialization, while, let me comment it out, while, condition checking, and within body will be having increment or decrement. So we have the three components. First one is initialization, second one is condition, and the third one is increment or decrement, that is the update. Now the question comes in mind, what if we avoid doing increment or decrement inside the body of while loop? What will happen? So let's say int I equals to 1. So initialization is done. Now while, let's say condition I less than equals to 5, or let's say I less than equals to 3, and inside body we are printing just value of I. So in this example you can observe there is no increment or decrement happening, no increment or decrement. So what will happen in this case? In the previous example, we have done increment by the value of 2 since we wanted even numbers. We wanted to print even numbers. But in this case, there is no increment or decrement. We are simply printing the value of I. So what will happen? Let's go with the execution flow. It will first check the condition. So 1 less than equals to 3. Yes, condition is correct. So it will execute the body. So output will be, it will print 1, that is value of I. After execution of body, again it will go to condition checking. Again, the value of I is same. Value of I is not changing. Value of I is constant or is not changing. Again, after execution of body, it is going for condition check. So 1 less than equals to 3, that is true. Since the value of I is not changing and 1, I is always 1 and 1 less than equals to 3, that means condition is always true. So it will never come out of the loop and it will go for infinite loop. We call it as infinite loop. So it will keep on printing 1, 1 like that. It will not stop since this condition will always be true. Let's try. I will run this program. See, here continuously printing 1. I will stop this one. So here we can see it is an infinite loop. So I hope you understand the use of increment or decrement. If we avoid increment or decrement, then the condition of while will never get false and it will never come out of the loop and it will cause infinite loop. Let's discuss about the difference between for loop and while loop. So for loop, iterations are known, but while loop, iterations are unknown. So before running for loop, we know, okay, this many iteration it will run. But for while loop, we don't know the number of iterations. And for loop, initialization is done inside the loop. Whereas in while loop, as we can see, initialization is done outside the while loop. And for loop is kind of compact syntax. Everything initialization, condition checking, increment or decrement, all are present within the while loop. Whereas in the while loop, it is flexible. So a for loop is usually preferred when the number of iterations are known, whereas a while loop is useful when the number of iterations depends on a condition. So, let's quickly summarize what we learned so far. So, we learned about the while loop, its syntax, and the flow of execution, and we have seen different examples covering infinite loop. That's all for this video. I hope this tutorial helped you understand while loop. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.